Okay.
I picked it.
What did you pick?
I picked flowers.
Flowers. Is that dill?
Dill.
Can you smell it?
Whoa. Whoa.
Are we going to make pickles tomorrow?
Yeah. Yummy.
Yummy. She wants to smell it too. Okay, so that's for tomorrow. And I am Mama Bear to Many, and we are doing... So here, I picked, when we got home from our trip, I was able to go out to the high tunnel like the same day that we got home, and I picked these 2 crates full of cucumbers. I had mentioned to the person that was watching the animals and stuff that they could take whatever from the garden, but I was quite surprised that there were so many cucumbers on the plant still. So I just grabbed these 2 baskets so that I could start the challenge. So then I took those and I rinsed them off and chopped them up into rounds. And then I added some onions and some of my yellow peppers from the high tunnel. And I took those and just put cold water and some ice over top of those to make them so they're nice and crispy. So I also had enough that I took some of the bigger cucumbers and I decided to spear those up and make those ready for dill pickles. So I'm trying something new this time. I never used to soak my dill pickles, but I'm trying to soak them with a little bit of salt, ice water, and a little bit of lime in there to see if I can get them to get any more crispy, because I don't really like soggy pickles, and my dill ones usually come out soggy. So this was all the dill that was on our plants when we got home, just off of one plant. So I picked all that and then a beautiful bouquet of flowers to bring into the house. And so, yeah, that's what we did. Okay, so that's for tomorrow. And I am Mama Bear to Many, and we are doing the Every Bit Counts challenge. So this is day 1. And no, we don't need water in that. So this is day 1 in the Every Bit Counts challenge. And I am making pickles, and I thought that I'd take a minute and just show you guys how I do it differently. Most people do not do pickles the way I do. It is not recommended by the USDA, but this is how I've been doing them for over 5 years, and this is the best way. They come out crisp rather than super soggy. So I have my regular canner here, and it is boiling. You want to come see? It is also late at night. Not late, but almost bedtime. So it is boiling water, got the little thing on the bottom, and I'm going to take and put my jars in there. So this, before I filled these, this was boiling.
It smells like poop.
I'm just going to fill this up. So this is not a water bath canner. This is my regular pressure canner, but I tend to just use it because it's sitting right on top of my fridge, and I just put an old pie pan on top instead. So because I have, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 4 more, and I'm going to leave the 4 together. I could fit 1 more in here, but I'm not going to do that for now. So come look at that. So it's all over the top there, and then I'm just going to cover this just like this. Now it's still on, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my timer literally for 1 minute, but my daughter took the phone that I was going to use for the timer, so she's going to set the timer. Okay, so I'm just going to set this for 1 minute, and then I'm going to turn that on, and literally I am going to have this on for 1 minute, and then I'm going to take the jars out. Now, I would do it before 10, 15 minutes, something like that. Technically, a pickle doesn't need to be canned, or traditionally, like, people pickle things instead of canning it to preserve it. So I only do it, like, I put it in the water and then I pull it pretty much just out. Now they're all being silly behindhand. They're drinking my tea, and I really want my tea tonight. Okay, so I found that 1 minute was perfect. It seals the jars perfectly, and I have not had any issues at all. If something does not seal, I've unless something's like out in the air, I've never had any issues with this. I originally started to do this on, I was on like an Amish Mennonite type board, and it was all like canning and those types of things, and this is how they did it. So I decided to try it, and I love it because my pickles don't come out super soggy. I can't stand soggy pickles when it's like mush when you go to eat it and it has a huge hole in the middle of it. So these come out perfect. So that is it. I'm just going to pull these out, turn it back on, and then put the other ones in. So that is how I can pickles. Hi guys, Mama Bear to Minnie. So it's not exactly the best year in gardening for us. Oh my goodness, it has been horrible. I have had to plant things over and over and over again. But today I am going to pick, and my eyes look really funny. So what happened down when we just got back from vacation. Yesterday I canned pickles and did oodles of laundry. I went to town and got all our like sleeping bags and that type of stuff washed because people had accidents and life happens, right? So I got sand in my eye at the beach, and then I got like conjunctivitis. But I didn't go to the doctors. I never go to the doctors for something like conjunctivitis because I can usually fix it myself, which it's looking a lot better than it was. But now we came back up here, and I feel like my allergies like totally came up. So my eyes are all swollen and my nose is all stuffy. And usually in August, there's some time in August, it's really weird because our dates have been so messed up here, because like right now I'm getting raspberries when I usually get raspberries at the end of June, but then I'm also getting my blueberries at the same time, which are usually a couple weeks difference. So I have no clue what's going on with this weather, and I have no clue what's going on with my allergies, because I usually get allergies like the third week in August or around that time, and this seems like it's totally allergy. It's like head annoying, yeah, but still things need to happen. So we're just starting to come on. Everything looks a mess. You guys just saw that garden tour from right before we left, and this is how messy it gets in that little time. So all I'm trying to do right now is take care of the produce that needs to be taken care of. That's my first step, and then the next step down is trying to get my weeds smaller than the plants remaining and plant my fall garden, because in Maine they really don't have 2 seasons of garden, but I like to push it, and pushing it has always benefited me, but I need to do it like today. So that is what I'm working on. So I am going to harvest all this garlic, and then the garlic on the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. My helper, she's so helpful. I went inside to grab a cloth and she was working on that. So I'm gonna move over here amongst the mess. This is real life. Real life is non-weeded gardens. I don't hire anyone. I don't treat my children as slaves, and we went on vacation. So yeah, look, we'll find it somewhere in here. So I'm gonna pull this bed, 1, 2, and then I don't know if you can see this. Let's see, 1, 2, there's 3 beds, 3 4x8 beds that I'm gonna pull here. You're a good helper putting those in. I know, that happened to me too. Just leave that one and then move to the next one. And here is all that beautiful garlic. So this is on my kitchen table right now. I need to clear off this crazy rack over here. I need to clear off so I can get some things drying on this. So I'll keep my dehydrator up there. This will all get cleared off here, and down there will all get cleared off. And I'll put all my herbs and stuff I put in here, but I'll need other drying areas. So I'll clear that off so I can start with the garlic. So what I'm doing today is I have a bunch of cabbages that I pulled off. We have tons of slugs And so the slugs were making all this damage, and I know if I look in here, let's see if I can show you, it's pretty nasty in there. So I don't want to keep these like as cold storage or anything like that. I'm just going to take these and I'm going to can the cabbage. Not make sauerkraut, this time I'm going to just can the cabbage. And so to prepare for that, okay, can you not yell though? You can use just a regular voice.
Yeah.
So I am taking it and cutting it up like this, and then I'm going to soak it in cold water and salt.
And salt.
So what are you going to do?
This.
Are you helping?
Yeah.
You are? How are you helping?
Pepper.
You're helping me put things in the pig bucket?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
you're a big helper?
I'm a big helper.
Yes. How old are you?
16.
You're 16? Oh my goodness, I thought you were 2.
2.
How many is 2 on your... I know, I'm over the camera. How many is 2 on your fingers?
I can do what? I think that...
Yes, you could. Alright, we're going to work on this. So I have 2 bowls here with all that cabbage, and they're just kind of sliced up like that. And then to each bowl, I'm going to add like a cup of salt, because that actually will help any of the slugs and anything just kind of get out of there. So we will rinse it all off. I'll actually let it soak for about an hour or so, and then rinse it off, and then I'll be back and show you how I can it. So here I just took that cabbage, and my daughter, she shoved these really full. This is just cabbage. I had done the cabbage with the salt water, and then we drained that out, and we just put the cabbage in here. And all I'm doing is taking my little funnel, and I have some hot water that's been boiled, and I'm just dumping this on. So I would use this like a in soups. We also like to drain it out, and then we put coconut oil and some seasonings in it. You could do like deconstructed egg roll in a bowl type thing. But yeah, it's really handy to have cabbage on hand like this for so many different things. So all I'm going to do is fill all of these up, and then I'll take a I don't know. I know they make this little tool that actually works specifically for canning, but I never used the tool. I had the tool years ago, and I always could never find it when I was actually needing it, so I just use whatever I can find. And currently, that is a stainless steel straw. So, I'm just taking my stainless steel straw. Let's see. There we go. And I'm just shoving it down the side, all the way to the bottom, around a couple times, just to get the air bubbles out. My daughter is getting the food processor out so we can make some garlic and scape dip to go with supper. So we have potatoes for supper. Oops, sorry. We have potatoes from the garden for supper, and then we're going to make some dip, and I'm shelling some peas to go with supper. So all I'm doing is, I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing. I'm just shoving down, and it just lets the air bubbles out. You just do that with any type of canning where things are loose or whatever. So I'm just doing these here. And then if I need to, then I would top some more water on top. And if I don't need to, then I wouldn't. So I'm just going to put the lids on these now. So here we have a beautiful bowl of banana peppers, and I am chopping those up. Okay, so here's the roundup. So we started off with these bread and butter pickles. So I got a bunch of those. And then I did some dill pickles here. I cut them different so I know the difference of each of them. Then I canned a bunch of cabbage. So this here is all cabbage. And then we did these beautiful yellow peppers yesterday. So yeah. That is what we got done canning this week.